Welcome to Crafty Little Beach. This is Julie. Today I have a Dollar Tree DIY for you. It's a beehive wreath DIY. I actually found this in like the regular wreath section at my Dollar Tree, and I thought it'd be fun to do burlap for it, but I thought some of the flowered burlap from Dollar Tree would be really cute with the white and yellow flowers on there. Covering the back of it, this wreath DIY was so easy to do. I'm actually making this for wall decor, but you could definitely use this on your front door. Look how bright this is. I thought this would be a really fun take on this as opposed to just doing the plain burlap. Now, they do fold the burlap like this from the Dollar Tree, so you might be better off to iron it from the underside. I didn't. I'm just going to go ahead and hope that I stretch it tight and that seam will go away, and it seems like it did, but it is kind of a pet peeve of mine. Now for the rope, I'm using the wider rope from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use that to sandwich it in. The wire wreath frames like this from the Dollar Tree are very thin, so you can kind of sandwich the wire in between the fabric and the rope, which makes it so easy. So I don't cut the burlap at all. I just start here at the bottom, and I use hot glue to glue the rope down. The excess hot glue like seeps around the wire and attaches the burlap fabric to the back, so kind of a little shortcut, I guess. I'm going to start here at the very bottom, doing that bottom rung, and cut it. Since they're all individually cut like this, I'm actually going to cut my rope individually too, just to make it work a little bit better, I think. And I want to make sure I don't get any hot glue that's visible there on the burlap from the front. And I'm just going to follow this pattern. Other times I've crafted this wreath form, I've cut it to make it flat on the bottom, a little bit more like the bee scalp shape. But for this one, I'm doing the full beehive. And I just keep working my way up. As you can see, it's really easy. I am working on a silicone mat. A lot of you guys asked me about that. Hot glue does not stick to it, peels right off. So really easy for this. So any hot glue coming from the underside, it's not going to stick to my project or anything like that. And I do have, this is a monster mat, so it's really big. And I have it linked in my Amazon shop if you were in the market for one. They are fantastic for crafting. I love them. When I get to the top, it's just a circle up here, so I just do the same thing, except I just have the rope go around in a circle. Again, making sure I use plenty of hot glue to make sure it's sealed here on the back. And when I peel it over, it's already all glued on. Now I just have to cut off the excess fabric. I did want to make sure that it was really stuck though, so I did go and add a little bit of hot glue here to the back, just using my finger protector to attach it. But this is probably just me being a little bit extra. It was attached already. And now it's time to cut it. I want to get in there and cut as close to the wire as I can. I don't want to cut any of the rope, but I want to make sure that you can't see any of the burlap fabric from the outside. And those flowers look so fun on there. Other options you could use, they have the bee burlap from the Dollar Tree with the black and yellow bees on it, or just the black bees. I've also seen the yellow and black polka dot. Really fun bee colors that you can find in this if you're lucky. I think it would be cute with just the burlap as well, but I do think the flowers really add a lot to it. And I love working with burlap. It's one of my favorite things to craft with. Now that I have that all cut, I'm just going to go ahead and burn off the fuzzies there on my rope. It's not too wild looking so far, but a little bit of cleaning up is in order. Isn't this so cute so far? I do want to decorate it. I don't want to decorate it a lot. It's not a super big wreath, but I do want to add a bee and some things to it. For the bee, I'm going to DIY a bee with one of these little yard spinners from the Dollar Tree. I thought this would make a really fun bee body because it's kind of got the right shape, right? So I just take one of the petals and just pull it off. They are in there with wire. You do have to kind of pull hard, and you want to make sure that you don't pull it all the way out because I want to leave it in there for structure. And I think that's going to be the perfect scale bee for this DIY. For the wings, I'm using the little chalkboard hearts from the Dollar Tree. I can put them like that, and we'll have 2 wings. I'm just going to have to cover up the little hole in there since they are little ornament tags. Hearts make great wings. They're just about the perfect shape. So I just use a little bit of spackle in there and fill those in. And these are just the little chalkboard tags that you can find in the Crafter Square pretty much year round. If you have anything left over from Valentine's Day, some wooden hearts too, those would work really well. And I'm just going over them with a little bit of ivory paint, trying to blend in where I had to fill that in. I struggle using the spackle to fill those holes a little bit. Sometimes I have to go in there with a little bit more to level it out and make it blend in. And these are our little wings. And I also gave it a quick sanding to try to make it blend and added a little bit more paint to it. I do want to take a couple extra steps with that to make that blend in because I really don't want you to be able to see that in the final bee project. The bee body itself is perfect. It's yellow, black stripes. I do need a bee head though. So I'm going to craft one with some Dollar Tree felt. I picked up some of these felt rolls with some great colors for bee crafts. I'm just trying to pick out which yellow I like best to match it. I think this one is the best match. And I want to do a little circle head. Now I want something to kind of help guide me a little bit and make a perfect circle. So I'm going to use some of those little round chalkboard stickers from the Dollar Tree for a little bit of guidance on this. I'm going to use one of the larger ones and I just peel and stick it to the Dollar Tree felt like that. And now I have a perfect circle that I can use to cut this felt. It really helped. It was a nice little guide here to give me a perfect circle without having a wood circle or anything like that. And that can be the little head for our bee, and the hearts can be the wings. I think that looks pretty cute. I do want to add a little bit more character to the wings though, so the ivory paint is dry on those, so I just give them a quick distress with some Antique Wax by Waverly, and it's going to give just a little bit more of a wing-like texture to that, wiping off the excess with a baby wipe. I put some hot glue on both of the little hearts and lay the little bee body on there from that little yard spinner. Super cute. And then I just need to attach the head. I'm not going to do antennas or anything like that, or legs or anything. I'm not going to make this more complicated than it needs to be. Just these 4 pieces. And it definitely gives you the effect of a cute little bumblebee. I think it turned out pretty cute. And I think it's going to be the perfect scale for this beehive. I want to attach it just like maybe over here to the side. And I'm not going to do like a circle hole on this at all. You could if you wanted to. You could use like a black paint pen, but I didn't know how that would look over the white flowers. I guess you could also add some black felt cut into a circle if you wanted a hole in your beehive, but I wanted mine to be a little bit more abstract. I didn't really make a hanger when I was constructing this, so I just take some twine and tie a little knot here, and I want it to hang at an angle. So I'm going to glue mine to the burlap on the back like this, so it'll hang a little bit like that to the side. I think that's going to give it a little bit more character, and let me show you how it turned out. Isn't that so cute with the flowered burlap? I really love this DIY. I love the bee shape. We're going to be doing a bee-shaped wreath too. But the beehive is definitely a cute one to DIY as well. Our little beehive wreath.